Okay guys, I got bit by a brown recluse spider, so this video is going to be on what I did to be able to make sure I didn't have to go to the hospital. Is because this thing yesterday, I got bit in the evening 2 nights ago, picking through the wood pile here, and I don't know if you can see this right here really good, but my hand, okay, compared to this one here, well, let's see here. Okay, you can see the total swelling in one versus the other one in this big area right here. And it's pretty good right now, but yesterday, okay, I did some heavy-duty treatment with it to be able to make sure that I didn't have to go to the hospital, because I was thinking about having to go because I couldn't even stand, I couldn't move my hand any more than this. And 2 little pricks in there. And this thing was so swollen, as you can see it right now, but I couldn't even move my hand any further than this. So what I did was immediately, okay, remember, you get bit by something. I got bit by the twin venom viper also, and twin venom viper, not too many people live through that. I did that about 6 years ago. I took 66 vials of anti-venom. My bills in the hospital were like $600,000. I was in the hospital for 6 days. Okay, bled through all my skin. The sheets were pink. I took a world record dose of venom. So I got a chance to be able to play with a little bit of venom, because this is what I did beforehand also. When I got bit by the snake, I did a similar protocol, okay, but that's a whole other story. But let's talk about the brown recluse. Okay, you can see in my hand here, okay, how it's all swollen right here. And again, it's miraculous right now. Wait till you see the therapy that I did. As you can see, the difference between the two of those. Okay, but right now is nothing, because I can bend my hand, and this has been getting miraculously better just by the hour. It's been taking me a couple hours to set up this video here. So the first thing of what you do is, because when I got bit, I just thought it was like a sliver or something going inside me, you know, like a little mosquito bite. And it just started itching for a long time. And then in the middle of the night, this thing was getting stiff and sore, and I woke up, I could barely even move my hand. Not only I couldn't even move my hand, but I mean the pain was just really bad inside. So the bite was right on top of my knuckle right here, and as you can see, this knuckle, this one, you can see all the ridges, and then this one here, this one's all swollen up. Okay, so I got bit. First thing you do, especially when it starts to hurt, get some flexible ice packs at home. These are good ice packs. I'll put all these in the description, but this is a Thrive ice pack, and it's a gel, and you just put it in the freezer. You get like 2 of them for like $20. And I wrapped this thing like this immediately with this, because my hand, I didn't even want to put ice on it right away, just because, well, it didn't hurt that bad. But once it started to really hurt, I had to jump into action. So right away from the bite, okay, what do you think I did? Okay, I put iodine on it. And you can use a 2% iodine, okay, but you're going to have to put several coats on it. But I used a 5% iodine. Like I said, I'll put these in the show notes. 5% iodine is twice as much, twice as potent as 2%. And 2%, you're just going to have to go, you know, go over it 2 or 3 times. But I coated my whole hand. You can even still see it's got a little orange on there, because I put iodine on it this morning. So I put iodine, and this whole thing just started right here at the knuckle, and then it worked its way all the way. You can see where it just got all brown all the way down to here, and it was swollen here, like I said, and I couldn't even move. I was supposed to work out today, no way. Okay, but let me show you the therapy that I did. Okay, so I put iodine on immediately. Fulvic acid, I have a pH of 2.2. Like I said, I'll put these in the description notes. But fulvic acid should be in your medicine chest. Same with 5% iodine or 2% iodine at least. Okay, because when you get cuts, when you get infections, these things do miraculous things to be able to stop even poison, okay, from going any further, deeper. Because remember, the brown recluse gives you, I had bite before, was it 3 months it took for my leg to get better. Burned a whole big hole in my leg, and it just wouldn't get better. Okay, so so my bite, as you can see right here, is right on the knuckle. Okay, but there's no holes there or anything right now. Okay, because usually the acid, the venom, okay, burns a hole right in the thing. The thing starts pussing the next day. Next day it starts getting a big, but you can see my skin's got a little wrinkly to it, because it was, you know, it was puffed up that big, and I'll show you the pictures that I took yesterday. But I rubbed it in, and I put fulvic acid on, and I just dripped it on, okay? And I put the iodine on and just let it soak in. Just let it soak in. And I also, my hand was hurting at the bottom through here too, and I could push on it here. And right now, look, it doesn't, it's sore in here. Okay, but yesterday I could barely even touch this at all. And I used a pulsed electronic magnetic field machine, and that's really what actually took away a lot of the poison. Okay, but if you don't have that machine, we'll show you how to use that later, but if you don't have that machine, you want to use some of these. Okay, this is a pine oil. This is turpentine. And turpentine, of course, is made from pine sap. And you low distill the pine sap, and what happens is that you get this gasoline type, very thin, okay, and it smells really good, smells like pine oil. And you can use this for a variety of things, okay, and I put the pine oil on my hand everywhere, okay, on there here also, because what this does is, remember, pine oil, turpentine, breaks down a lot of things, breaks down petrochemicals, breaks down a lot of different things, and I can feel that in my hand right now because the skin's a little sensitive. Okay, I can feel it going inside. So I put ice on it, and that's the only thing that actually in the beginning made it feel, you know, pretty good, because it was really, really hurting. I went out to go feed the cows. I couldn't even hold on to the bucket at all with it. And what really also helped me was I dunked my hand in, and I'll show you how to make this. I just did a couple videos on transforming sodium chloride flakes, okay, into this solution right here that you could go ahead and make chlorine dioxin. Okay, one of these is, this is sodium chloride, as you can see right here, that I made myself, or just diluted myself. And this is 5% hydrochloric acid right here, or you can use lemon juice. You have to watch the video, and we'll go over all those things there. But what I did was I made a 15 drop solution, and I put it in 64 ounces of water, and I put it in a big bowl like this, okay, and I dunked my hand in the bowl here with cold water because I wanted to get the inflammation out also. And that really stops a lot of the mechanisms of poison. So chlorine dioxin does a lot of things. It's a chlorine dye to oxygen, and it breaks things down by oxidation. I also went into the hot tub, okay, and if you don't have a hot tub, of course, watch our videos on the hot tub. I used magnesium, okay, sulfate, which is Epsom salts, borax powder, and baking soda. And I put about maybe a quarter cup in each. If you don't have a hot tub, a quarter cup of each of those, borax, baking soda, and Epsom salts. Fill the water up, put some ice in there, cold, and let it sit in there for half an hour, 45 minutes. You can also go ahead and put hot water in there also. That opens up the pores. And mine was hurting so much I didn't want to put hot water in, so I put the cold water in because my hand was killing me, just throbbing. Couldn't even hold it down. It was I could feel my heart rate inside. So when I was finished with these types of therapies, like I said, if you didn't have anything in your kitchen, okay, and I'm talking your kitchen as far as your health kitchen, I would get some iodine. Get 5% is better, just because you can use it for more pharmaceutical ways. You can get 2% on the internet really easy, 5% I found a few places on eBay. I would get some, and this is made from Diamond G Forest. Like I said, I'll go ahead and put in the show notes. Turpentine, and this is pine oil. Works really good for a variety of different ailments that you have. Anytime you know, flea bites, mosquito bites, anything like this. Fulvic acid is magical. Okay, it's got to be the right pH though. And we had this custom design at a 2.2 or so pH, right around there, because this stuff is super strong. And I use this on all my other videos that I did when I cut my face and I cut my knee wide open, my ankle. Okay, the fulvic acid really stops a lot of infection, but also stops the blood flow. So most important thing is just to get, you know, and I'll show you how to use the electrical device when I go upstairs, but the most important thing is to be able to, you know, you want to ice when it hurts. Ice when it hurts. And I put it on for like 20 to 30 minutes until the ice pack went ahead and actually went down. And then I let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes to thaw because it was starting to hurt, right? It's getting cold. Let it thaw out, and then I did it again for 20 minutes. So it's 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, 20 minutes on. 3 cycles of 20 minutes. You could do this on your back, on your shoulder. Okay, this is how you do therapy. We'll get into other videos on how to do this. And you do the same with heat. 20 minutes heat, 20 minutes ice, 20 minutes heat, 20 minutes ice. But in the beginning of any injury or anything, for the first 3 days, you really don't want to use any heat. You just want to use ice primarily. So we got some new roosters. You can hear them out there. And when I finished with it, I put on ghee butter. Ghee butter is full of nutrition, vitamin A, okay, and I put that on the skin to be able to also, you know, give it some lubrication. So, you know, having chlorine dioxin, okay, you can use this magically for many things. Remember, I put this in my rain catchment tank to sanitize my water, and that's because we catch the rain, right? I put this in my hot tub once a month or so to be able to sanitize my hot tub. I use this in a variety of ways. I could put this in my ears, which I just did a couple days ago, right? I can do a mouthwash gargle with that. I can even put a very diluted amount up my nose in the nasal neti pot. I can even put it in my eyes, okay, for infections. So you can use this also with enema and or for vaginal douche. So we're going to go into that on the other videos, but chlorine dioxin is really good to have. It's super cheap to have. You just have to learn about it, and you have to do a lot of research and reading on your own, because there's a lot of different literature out there that says that don't use it. It's just because it's dangerous. Well, anything's dangerous, you know, if you don't know how to use it right. So I put a detailed description about how to transform the sodium chloride flakes, which is the really cheap way to buy it. You just buy the flakes and you transform it, and how to take the concentrated hydrochloric acid and dilute it down to 5%. So you could mix these two together. In 5 minutes, you make this really strong, potent, and it is a poison. So I'll show you how to use the electrical. Okay, so let me just show you how I just coated my hand though, just so you can see. So let's put this down here. Move this right here. Okay, so what I do is, let's see if we can get this in a little closer. There we go. So what I'm going to use, let's say I just got bit. First thing I would put on there is the fulvic acid. I just put a couple drops on there. Of course, you can wash your hand first, okay, with clean soap, okay, nothing that's got scent to it or anything. And I can feel it on my hand. Remember this stuff? Watch. Stuff is strong. Oh. Okay, that's strong stuff. So what this stuff does too is works really good for a lot of different purposes, even of, you know, like age spots on your wrist, on your hands, or anything like that. A lot of people have a lot of spots on their face, wrinkles. We've shown lots of videos on how to use fulvic acid to get rid of especially wrinkles, because it works really well. There's just protocols that go with it. So I put the fulvic on first, okay? Especially, let's say if you even had a cut. I put the fulvic on first, stop the bleeding, and plus it goes ahead and actually super cleanses everything. Let me see here. There we go. And then second thing I do, if I use 2% iodine, then I'm going to have to coat that several times, is because the 2% is not that thick. Remember, it's diluted down. But I have 5% right here. This is a 5% Lugol solution. Okay. And like I said, I'll put these in the show notes. It's hard to get 5% right now. It's more of a pharmaceutical grade. You can see that stuff's really dark. And I just put a couple drops on there, same thing, and this is where my bite was right here, right on my knuckle. And you can see it's swollen down to here and out to here. And I've done this with the iodine and the fulvic 3 times a day, and I just let it sit on there and let it soak in. Just let it soak in. Anywhere the swelling is. Look at it. I even got swelling down into here. Watch. Look at the difference between the size of my finger there and there. Just my middle finger. All swollen all through here. And the bones sore all the way to here. Okay, so this poison goes in, and usually it leaves a crater hole in your hand there and lasts for 3 months. You got to go ahead and tap antibiotics, and you will go to the hospital because it hurts so bloody much. So if you do this right off the bat, fulvic acid, iodine, let it soak in for like 10-15 minutes. And that'll just, and you don't rub it around. Look, I'm just going to go up and down like this with my finger. And that sort of like flattens it out more like a pancake instead of me rubbing it. Because I don't want to thin it out. I want to keep it on as thick as I can. And then once this is all dried out, okay, a little bit, let it dry. I'll go ahead and put on a little bit of turpentine. This is pine oil again. And I need a dropper. Let me get a dropper here. Bah! What's up, girl? Bah! it's dinner time. Bah! So I'm going to put a couple drops of the turpentine on there right now. Okay, 1, 2, and you can see when I put this on, the turpentine is going to drive all the stuff because the turpentine's a driver. Okay, and then what I do is I don't rub it again. I just tap it up and down. It's like this, and let it soak really in, especially around where you got bit. And this just alone, okay, will help so much. And if it hurts underneath, do the same thing underneath here, but you want to do the top first and then do the bottom so it doesn't drip. But if you get this iodine and this stuff on your clothes, you're going to be in trouble. You're not coming, they're not getting off. But you can see, okay, I mean, this thing was really puffed out yesterday. Like I said, I'll show you some pictures I took yesterday. And, bah! Everybody wants dinner. Okay, so let it sit. And that's it. If that's all you had, well, that's fine. Remember, you need these 3 things in your your health kitchen. The pine oil, 5% iodine, and Fulvic. These 3 things are magical. When you get cuts, you have infections, and you can see how that's looking right there. And it's just soaking in. I can feel it going in. It sort of like makes me want to itch it a little bit because this is the driver, the pine oil. It's like gasoline, right? It pushes the iodine in there to stop infection. The Fulvic doesn't dissolve, but it neutralizes a lot of poisons. Okay, so remember, one of the best ways that I found to be able to, let's put this back up here again, is to be able to have also on supply. Look, I use these in my laundry. I use baking soda, right? Buy that at Costco. And I use the borax powder, okay? And I put those in my hot tub. I put those with Epsom salts. If you don't have a hot tub, then you do a bath, right? A hot tub bath. Watch that video on hot tub bath soak. So, again, get some good ice packs, guys, because you're going to need them sometimes. Maybe you just hurt your shoulder or something, right? And you put this flexible ice pack on, and as soon as you hurt it, you want to get the inflammation down as fast as possible. But like I said, I'm going to do some therapy areas on just the way, remember, I'm a physical therapist, right? Dr. Chiropractic. We do a lot of things, and I mastered physical therapy. We used to have a physical therapy department. I could hold 25 people with all the different electronic devices, and they do work. Ultrasound devices, different types of traction devices, hot and cold therapies, just palliative, hand physical massage, all different types of machines that we use to stretch out joints and things like that. So the best thing you can do is, again, learn how to be your own doctor. 20 minutes on when you hurt something, 20 minutes off. 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. And you want to use, if you can, frozen peas work good. Just buy a big bag. If you don't want to buy one of these things here, just get some frozen peas right in the plastic bag. You don't even eat them. Just get cheap frozen peas, or peas work better than corn, but that would go ahead and serve as an ice pack. So those work really good too. Okay, so once this is all dried now, what do I got to do? I got to protect this thing. So me protecting it, oh, that's why, because I had the zoom on too much. There we go. So me protecting it now, I could put coconut oil on there. I could put castor bean oil on there. That works good. But I like the healing effects of ghee butter. So I use ghee butter a variety of ways too. I use this as my hair conditioner. Okay, I put ghee butter in my beard. It smells like buttered popcorn too. Bah! Everybody's out. Okay, and I put it on my face. I put it in my hair in the morning when I get out of the shower. That's my conditioner. I put it on different areas of my skin I want to regenerate. So what I do is I put a little bit of ghee butter and I just rub it in. Same thing. Look at these guys out there playing. What's up, guys? Everybody's out. All right. Woohoo! You should see these guys. Here, let me flip it around so you can see. All right, let's see. Since we got the kids playing right here. Oh, now we can't see him. I was gonna zoom in, put the walls in the way. He was dancing around like crazy. Okay, anyway, so you can see, getting dark here. And everybody wants their food. Okay, so that's it. And you do this 2-3 times a day if you got bit like this, okay? And again, if it hurts too much, yeah, you're gonna have to go to the hospital, right? But this is what I found out. If you get bit by anything that's poisonous, even the centipedes we have here, you gotta hit it right away. Because if not, it makes a histamine reaction and it gets this big puff, and all this tissue on a brown recluse sometimes is a big hole there that stays necrotic there and smells rotten because it's a type of poison that makes the flesh die. It's flesh-eating poison, bacteria, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. It kills the tissue. And my bone, like I said, was really freaking sore. And if I was the average person, I would have went to the hospital, okay? 2 in the morning, this thing was aching, and I just sort of gutted it out and got up in the morning, and I had to take care of business. And that was yesterday, or this morning. So just today alone, okay, and I've actually, it happened, so I had all day yesterday. In the morning, this has only been not even 2 days. I got bit in the evening, right? And that was, let's see, Sunday night. Sunday night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, youch, starts hurting, okay? I get up in the morning and immediately, okay, I start electrocuting this thing. I put the iodine on it, but I did go ahead and notice before I went to bed, I still did treat it before I went to bed. Just a little bit, because I knew I got bit by, by something that's bothering me right there. Okay, didn't even know what kind of spider it is until I went back into the wood pile and found a little brugger. Okay, there's a bunch of them in there, just in my little wood pile right here. So, anyways, you can watch our natural pesticides too, and how to get rid of those brown recluse and/or spiders. Just spray the wood with borax or boric acid. And that's it. It doesn't matter. You can put it in the fire. Okay, and this wipes these guys out. Okay, yeah. Anyways, I'll show you the electrical piece. And oh, everybody's back now. Look, they're eating. Yeah, I'm coming out, guys. Yep, we're gonna have some fun. There's the boy right there. He's the black and white one. Okay, that's it for this segment here. And again, becoming your own doctor means you need some tools at home. It means you need, to have some supplies. Okay, you should have bandages at your house. Okay, I can really feel this thing working it in there right now too. It's like tingling really good, because whatever's under my skin, if I put it on this hand here, I wouldn't feel that. So whatever this stuff is doing, I can feel it's eating up all that pus that was in there. I couldn't even do this yesterday, and this is magical, because I know I've been bit by brown recluse before, twice. Okay, one was really bad, and the other one lasted for like a month. And this one, of course, this is going to be gone right away, because yesterday I couldn't even bend my hand this much. So I've had, all day, actually all day yesterday and today so far. So it's been 2 full days right now, and yesterday was my worst, like I said. So here you go. Look, I can even make a fist right now. And that's amazing, because just about 5 hours ago, I couldn't even, this morning when I was feeding everybody, I couldn't stretch my hand to go ahead and throw the bird seed like this because it hurt too much. So, okay, don't get bit by a brown recluse spider. But the electrical device I'm going to show you is pretty magical. It's called a Dynawave, and I have the Julian model. And you can use this on all different parts of your body. And that's a whole, like I said, set of videos on how to use that, or how I use it, to be able to support regrowing back nervous tissue, destroying and deassembling the nanoprobes that are in our hands, in our brains, in our bodies. I use it over my whole body, and I have felt a massive release in one treatment of just all the electrical pulse, boom, sending a very heavy-duty electrical pulse wherever I put these, and I have different accessories. Put it on my chest, it's bouncing my body, right? I put it on close to my face. I can't even put it too close. It's crackling feel all the nerves crackling in there. And I've used this therapeutically probably on 50 people here, just doing people like me. I had tendonitis in my left arm for 3 years. 2 weeks, gone. I can do heavy push-ups again and do all my stuff. Okay, low back problems, knee problems, inflammation problems, chronic, myofasciitis, just muscle. The electricity goes inside the cell, just like it did when I wrapped the coils around my hand. What I did was I was diffusing this poison. Okay, I mean, I had one heck of a reaction to this poison, and like I said, remember, I've had a lot of poison run through my body. I got bit by the pit viper. Not too many people live through that. Okay, so this thing's all done right now, and like I said, I'll show you tomorrow. I'll do the therapy because I'm going to go feed everybody outside, and I'll show you how I use the electrical piece just for this right here. But like I said, we'll do other videos on how to use the DynaWave. Again, I don't really like to show people the chlorine dioxin, but this stuff is bloody magical. You just have to learn how to use it. So read the descriptions that I have written on those courses. There's several courses I've done on chlorine dioxin, specifically how I use chlorine dioxin and transforming the flakes and using this magical substance for many different things. So I use the chlorine dioxin in a very low dose though. So, okay guys. Aloha, and look, I could do that yesterday. I couldn't even bend my fingers at all to do the aloha. So, and this was this high yesterday. Like I said, I'll show you pictures. Ugly. And it is got some swelling still compared to this side. Okay, but look, I can bend my hands all the way right now. Magical. Okay, and it's getting better just every 10 minutes. So my body's just, it's stopped the poison reaction. I can feel it. It's like wants me to itch it in there right now. Okay, like I said, I could put it on this side because I put it on both sides too. If you're a teacher, you put these liquids, whatever you're going to do, on the other side so you can feel how it feels on the good side. So, okay, I think we're good. Don't get bit by a brown recluse. And like I said, if you do, it's all an experiment, guys. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you what I do. But these products, like I said, the chlorine dioxin, the iodine, the turpentine, which is pine oil, the fulvic acid, sodium bicarbonate, Epsom salts, and borax are just staple things in your house for like I said, cuts, bruises, just general maintenance on the body. I use borax. I put that in my alcohol to clean my skin. I put the sodium bicarbonate in my alcohol to clean my skin, right? I mean, the fulvic acid, like I said, we use it for so many different things. So watch all the videos and see how we use these different substances. And it's all an experiment. So, okay guys, aloha. There we go. Ah, look at that.